Yo, what's good, Creative Fam? Um, let's see if we can do this. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we should be live right now. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Yo, what's up, Kirk? Good to see you, brother. What's up, everybody who's joining in through Instagram? Stoked for season 3. You guys have a good break. Man, we did have a good break. We had a great break. Yo, what's up? Yo, it's been a good time. It's been a real good time. Let's see, mic off. Mic off. Let's see. Uh-oh. Hold up. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me figure out what's going on with the microphone. All right, let me see. All right, cool. Audio should be coming through now. Audio sound better? Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know. I see Mr. Camera Junkie rocking with us on YouTube and on Instagram. All right, audio should be sounding better now. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Audio good, yes sir. Yep, what's good? What to do, my guy? I'm finally getting over my fear of putting myself in front of the camera. Ticks the inspiration. Audio sounds good, loud and clear. Perfect. All right. So I am doing some wild tests tonight. I actually got one more thing I need to trigger up real quick. And hold on, let's see. I don't know. Shoot. Let's go live, whatever. We live. Testing. You must select a topic. Chat, whatever. All right. So I'm doing a wild test right now. I'm basically live streaming horizontal and vertical. I gotta add a camera. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to freaking live stream on TikTok at the same time. All right, go live. Go live. Okay, so what I'm currently doing right now is I am live streaming horizontal to YouTube. I'm live streaming horizontal to Twitch, but then I'm live streaming vertical to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok right now at the same time. It's wild. Ecamm just came out with a new update not too long ago that now offers the ability to stream everywhere, horizontal and vertical at the same time. It's pretty freaking crazy. So for season 2, for season 2 of Uncensored, or season 3, sorry, of Uncensored, our goal is to actually broadcast our show multiple places at the exact same time. And so tonight I figured I would take some time, test it all out, try it out, see what's possible, see what I can do. So that's basically where we're at right now. Yeah. So Miss Camera Junkie said, "Oh, look at that. We got chats on both sides for horizontal and vertical. All right, let me try to make that look better for the vertical stream real quick. Mr. Camera Junkie said twice on YouTube. So yeah, as of right now, we are going live twice on YouTube. Primarily so we can have the horizontal and the vertical. But I think when we actually run it, we won't do that. Boom, we got another chat coming in here. So with vertical, with yo, this thing is like tough on this side. Let me try to make this fit. There we go. All right, so the vertical is looking better now. Okay, so as y'all can see right now, I can show where the chats are coming from because I've got the chats coming from YouTube. I got chats coming from Instagram. I got chats coming from all the different spots. But I can pull them up all at the same time. So that's pretty fire. I ran a stream this morning, both aspects to Facebook and YouTube. It was dope. Yeah, this is actually, so I was testing out the beta before this version came out, and it was pretty fire, but they didn't have this chat feature figured out yet. So this chat feature, in my opinion, makes this so much better. Actually makes this like usable. I do need to, I'm gonna go hop into my TikTok real quick and see if my stream is showing up on my TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok right now, do me a favor. Send me a, let me know if you're watching on TikTok because I'm trying to make sure my TikTok is live. If somebody wants to check in on TikTok, let me know. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Darren? Yo, so right now, basically, can you sync all chats on screen? Just curious. So right now, basically, I'm trying to test out doing horizontal and vertical streaming at the same time. I'm going to Instagram, I'm going to TikTok, and I'm going to YouTube and Twitch all at the same time right now. Kirk asked, can you sync all the chats on screen? Just curious. So currently, I don't know how to do that yet. There, I believe there was a program somebody showed me. It was like something Ninja, Streaming Ninja or something like that, that might be able to pull all that stuff together. But, you know, hopefully I can figure that out next. Right now, I just want to see what it's like to use this new beta from Ecamm, trying to see what it's like to pull the horizontals and the verticals all into one stream, because it is pretty crazy. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. That's for dang sure. Let me double check and make sure that Instagram is still coming through. I'll be honest with you guys, like doing it this way is actually like really tough because trying to monitor freaking 5 streams at the same time, not easy. If anyone can figure it out, it's the Stream King. I will say, I like streaming for a lot of different reasons. Obviously, it's like hanging out, but one of the big ones is with streaming like this, you kind of get a chance to, like, for me, it's like a new challenge. You know, it's kind of like when I started filmmaking. Like, I feel like with streaming, there's always something new to learn, something new to try. So that's what we're trying to do today. Harry said, let me fix this on the horizontal stream. Bro, this is crazy work though. Harry said, hey, I'm a beginning filmmaker, but I've been knee deep into cameras lately. I'm learning more about cinematography, but I'm wondering if aiming for the Sony FX3 is a good goal to reach in the future. Man, the FX3 is a dope camera. I think you'd be very happy if you picked up an FX3. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's one of Sony's best cameras they've ever released. And I don't know anybody who owns an FX3 that's disappointed with it. So if that's a goal for you to try to get to, man, I think that's a great goal. Depending on how long it takes you to get there, there might be some better options. But I think if that's a goal, it's a great place to get to. And then when you have the money and you're ready to make that purchase, then maybe re-look at the film, look at the camera market, and see what's the best option for you going forward. Low key, that Panther playing the trumpet is epic. Bro, I found this YouTube channel on YouTube, and it literally just plays jazz music all day. And they have like a bunch of different animals that's like the images or whatever. And I just sit here and just let them play on loop nonstop. FX3 will still be good in 5 years. It will be good. Hopefully you'll get a better price on it. The only problem I have with the FX3 is the price. I think if they like slash like a solid $1,200 off the FX3 price, it would be even better. Why you guys never talk about the Pixus 12K? All right, so one of the big reasons why we never talk about the Pixus 12K is one, we haven't shot with it. We haven't got a chance to experience it. We haven't even shot with the Ursa 12K. So like, I don't understand that sensor. So we don't talk about it because we don't really know it that well. But two, it was a camera that for a lot of people who ordered it took a long time to come in. And so I was hoping that, we would be able to get one soon, but it took forever to come out. Now they finally are shipping, and I know people who have them. So hopefully this year I'll be able to get my hands on a 12K. I will say though, so right over my shoulder, let's see here, y'all can see we actually use Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, not Pocket, sorry. We use Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6Ks for the podcast. And yesterday, I did a software update on those cameras, and I kid you not, the autofocus actually had me rethinking, like, maybe I need to go look at Blackmagic again. Maybe I just need to go check it out again. Just to see. But yeah, I was playing around with the autofocus update that they did, and it's at least worth looking at. I'll tell you that much. What's the jazz channel called? Ooh, that's a great question. Let me see. Where the heck's the remote? Hyperbolic Club. It's called Hyperbolic Club. Thanks, I appreciate it. The channel was dope, by the way. Thank you, Harry. Switching to the dark side. Ain't nobody switching. Y'all crazy. Y'all, I say one nice thing about Blackmagic, and you over here talking about switching. Ain't nobody switching nothing. I mean, I'm happy with what I got, but I ain't gonna lie. The autofocus is dope. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say right now. All right. So let's test a couple things out. Do me a favor in the chat right now, depending on where you're watching, just put where you're watching in whatever chat you're on. So if you're on Instagram, say you're on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, type YouTube. If you're on Twitch, type Twitch. I just want to know where everybody's coming in from. Luis says, you can't switch what you already have. Exactly. And I think it's crazy because a lot of people say I be switching cameras a lot, but I be, I got cameras from pretty much every brand in this office except Sony right now. This is like the first time I haven't had a Sony in the office for a minute. When does your show about movies start on YouTube? So the YouTube movie show, me and Jarrell basically, so I originally had talked about, doing a show all about movies. I think we're going to start slowly test running that on our Monday show. So if y'all didn't hear, we released a video today talking about the announcement. So going forward, every Friday, we're going to still be doing season 3. That's still going to be our normal show time. That's not going to change. However, not this upcoming Friday, the show comes back, which is January 30th. The following Monday, which is like February 1st or 2nd or something like that. Let me see. The following Monday, February 2nd, we're going to be launching our second day of the week show. So that show is not going to be necessarily just like Uncensored. It's going to have a slightly different vibe to it. And so we're going to be working in a lot of the movie stuff there, because to launch a whole new show around movies, I was a little nervous about it. Not saying that we're not going to do it, but I just wanted to make sure that we could, just like with Uncensored, what it is today is not what it started with. Like if y'all go back and watch Uncensored at the very beginning, lighting's looking fire. Appreciate that, Cam. But like if you go back and look at Uncensored when it first started, that show is not what the show is today. And so what I decided to do over this break was to let the movie show and let the Monday show, because we're going to be coming back with the show on Mondays. So we'll have a Friday show and a Monday show. I'm going to let the Monday show organically kind of become its own thing. And so our plan is different vibe, different setup, maybe reacting to some videos, talking about some movies, having more conversation with you guys than necessarily it always being like movies related. So we're going to see what that looks like for Mondays, but I think it's going to be fun. I'm really excited about it. Watching both vertical and horizontal on YouTube. Appreciate that. So right now we're currently streaming to, I wonder if there's a way, so I can see, I guess on my Instagram account, like what's coming through on Instagram. So that's good. I can actually see those viewerships, but I have to be in the Instagram deal to see those. And then if I hop over into TikTok, what are these? What's happening in TikTok? I'm not even sure. I never even used TikTok. Let's see. These are the TikTok metrics. What is it telling me? Somebody's got to teach me the TikTok live metrics, because I'm trying to figure out what it is. Oh, okay. So here's the only issue with TikTok. So I actually can see there's people actually joining in on TikTok right now. My bad, TikTok. I completely disregarded y'all. But I that chat does not pop up the same way the chat pops up everywhere else. So that's the only one that's different. TikTok's chat is completely its own thing. So shout out to everybody who's watching over on TikTok. But yeah, if you're watching over on TikTok, you should come check out my YouTube channel. I'll tell you that right now. If you're watching on TikTok, definitely come watch over on YouTube, so that way you can join the conversation. Okay, cool. All right, so there's only like 2 people watching on TikTok. That ain't bad. I handle that. All right, so let's hop back over to everybody else. Yeah, TikTok chat do just be saying stuff. Are we getting real anamorphic streaks in season 3? So maybe. I don't know. I've been thinking about doing anamorphic. I mean, if y'all don't know, Mr. Camera Junkie, aka Mr. Luis, in the chat, he came up with a pretty cool plugin that allows you to bring anamorphic cameras into Ecamm. Now, I'll be honest with you, the only thing that's really pushing me away from doing that is the idea that we're going to do some vertical stuff for streaming this season, but we'll see. Got any tips for working with RGB lights? I'm always having to hue shift them in post. Thanks. The biggest thing I could tell you is, put your, most of the time, the reason why people who do a lot of shifting in post when it comes to RGB lights is their monitoring LUT isn't exactly what they're planning on going with. So I would make sure that you have a good monitoring LUT on your monitor when you're shooting, or baked into your camera. So that way you can get you can actually see what the color is going to look like. But truthfully, most films you are typically going to be hue shifting in post and increasing saturation, because the one thing that you have to be cautious of is when you're using a lot of RGB lights on set, they tend to mess with skin tones a lot. And so if you want to preserve your skin tones, but then also have color, then you have to either make sure that you are overpowering the RGB on the skin tones, like kind of what I'm doing right now. Because as you guys can see, there's like blue light that's actually, being kicked up onto the ceiling that's hitting my entire studio here. But then I made sure that I have a key that's keeping my skin tones pretty dialed in. So by doing that, that lets me hold my skin tones. If you're not going to do that, then it's better to actually be a little bit more subtle with the RGB and then bring that back up in post. It's always widens the scope of the audience you'll receive for the movie-related show. Oh yeah, that's kind of one of the things is we definitely want to widen up the scope of the show. I will look into whatever this song is. I will check it out. Sony Shooters creates the anamorphic app. Is crazy. What up, Marcus? Good to see you, bro. Bro, we are live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. We're live in all the places. Let's see. Mark says, hey, just booked for NAB. Are you doing an event again this year? Would love an invite. So we are figuring out what we're doing for NAB this year. We're definitely going to be going to NAB. At least that's the plan right now. If we're doing another event like we did last year with Aperture, I don't know. Because truthfully, we haven't really talked to Aperture since last year at NAB. So I don't know if that's what we're gonna do, but we'll figure it out one way or another. Houston getting any of this weather? Yeah, it's supposed to get bad. We're supposed to get snow to Saturday or Sunday. Everybody in Houston's kind of freaking out about it. I was driving on the highway coming home today from a shoot, and they literally was a truck that was like, I guess it was like squirting out like salt or salt water or something on the roads. So they're trying to prep the city, but it's going to be crazy no matter what. What's the laptop keyboard cover? So that is for editor's keys. If you're watching on the vertical, you don't know what he's talking about, but I've got this little keyboard cover on my laptop. It pretty much just allows me to have my keyboard shortcuts on the laptop itself. I got it for that reason, but primarily I also got it because it just protects the keyboard. You done much research on the best multicam streaming interface for non-studio in the field stuff? Ooh, multicam live streaming interface for non-studio. So I think the best multicam live streaming interface is probably going to be getting a YOLO box if you're like trying to be in the field. That's the one that I've used. It worked out. Do you think the ZR will come out with an LQ or ELQ? I don't. I really don't think that's going to happen. Not in the same manner. Now, we might get another version that's compressing the RAW a little bit more. I would like to see that come. But something I learned is that Red's RAW, like true R3D RAW, starts at a sensor level. And then basically that is what allows ELQ, LQ, MQ, and HQ. Well, then the ZR doesn't have a red sensor. It has the same sensor as the Z6 III and the A7, or no, the Lumix S1 II. And so that sensor doesn't have what it needs to be able to have true R3D RAW and ELQ modes. So that doesn't mean that Nikon couldn't come out with another compressed version, because R3D NE is like, it's a new flavor of RAW. So I do believe that at some point Nikon could create something that would get them there. That could be more compressed, but I don't think it'll be a traditional LQ or ELQ. Yo, what's up, brother? crazy question, but predictions for NAB. I think NAB is going to have to. I think we're going to see crazy tech in lenses. Like, I think you're going to see crazy autofocusing cinema lenses, autofocusing anamorphic lenses. I think that's going to be a big factor this year. Another big prediction I have is the same way how like Zhiyun and Amaran has been coming out with these like super small but powerful LED lights. I think we're going to see a bunch of those. I think we're going to see some crazy tripods. I would also put my money on like getting some really good like carts and like accessories like that for film sets, but like on the indie side. And then as far as like what do I think the brands are going to do? Honestly, I'd be surprised if we saw anything crazy from Nikon. I think Sony definitely needs to have a really good NAB. So I'm hoping that they do something worthwhile. And I think Blackmagic is going to probably open up autofocus to more of their cameras. Those are my predictions right now. Why are people afraid of snow? Sincerely, Buffalo, New York. Bro, because we don't have the infrastructure for it. We do not have the infrastructure for it. That's why. vMix for live productions. So I've only used vMix once, and that was to send a feed out to somebody, and then they broadcast it live. But if you're actually trying to do multicam, I still lean into the YOLO box. What's good, Jarrell? NAB pushing AI hard in emails this year. Yeah, I think that's more of just like a selling feature. I don't think anybody at NAB really wants a whole lot of like AI. I don't think AI needs to be the main feature of NAB. If it is, I think it's gonna ruin the show, honestly. Season 3, snow shuts Texas down, no power, etc. It's wild. Yeah, when we get snow in Texas, like we lose power. It's bad. Like snow is not good here. We don't have the infrastructure for it. I shot some B-roll of the ZR for a different video, and I was compelled to caption it as ZR footage because it was so much better than the rest of the video. Hey, you switching? Bro is allergic to new uncensored stuff. Miss you guys. Man, we miss you too. We're gonna be back next week. How much snow usually shuts down your city? Bro, it don't really even have to snow. It's like ice. Enough ice on the road will shut down the city. Logan, what's up, bro? He says, I'm starting an EF glass collection from crossbody use. And must-haves. Sigma 40 1.4 is on my list. EF glass collections. Ooh, what are some good EF glass? If you're looking for something like crossbody, so something small, dang, I'm trying to think. That's a Jarrell question, honestly. I've forgotten all about my EF lenses. Marcus says, coming over to DaVinci this quarter? Maybe. Started sleeting there. Do videographers prioritize megapixels like photographers? No, definitely not. In fact, more megapixels there's a certain level of megapixels that you need in order to make the jump from like 4K to 6K then to 8K. But outside of that, we prefer to have larger megapixels than more megapixels, because the larger the actual pixel, the better low light performance the camera will have. Ooh, doomsday predictions. I think it's going to be great. And I'm hoping that it makes the MCU worth watching again. I'll say that, because I've been I've been MCU'd out. Like I stopped caring, I was a mega fan, saw everything in theaters. What's up, APC Broadcasting, bro? Good to see you too, man. Try being in the hilly parts of Washington and snow. It sucks. Bro, I live in Houston. Like, this is the reason why I live in Houston. I don't want to deal with the snow. Mr. Camera Junkie said he gonna have both of them. He ain't switching. He gonna have a Nikon and a Sony. Jarrell used R5 Mark II for $2,700. You buying? Dang, that's a good price. Jarrell, he said a used R5 Mark II, $2,700. Jarrell said that the 50 1.4, 85 1.8, 35 1.4, and the 70 to 200 2.8. I think that's just his kit. Thoughts on the Apple Creative Suite subscription service? Okay, so I almost made a whole video about this Apple Creative Suite subscription. So, one, I think it's really cool what Apple is trying to do. And for the first time, it actually feels like Apple is showing some love to their creative apps. But I'm not a huge fan of programs going subscription-based. Primarily when you could buy the full version, but then there's a subscription version, and the subscription version is going to give more features than if you just buy the full version. Now, if they give the exact same things to both sides, then I'm totally fine. Like, I don't have a problem with subscriptions, but what I don't want is two versions of the same app, one that costs $300 and then one that costs, a subscription price. So if they give the same features to both, then that's cool. Or if they say if you have the full version, then you get 2 years before you have to opt into the subscription to get all the new stuff, then I'm fine with it. But because I already own Final Cut, if they give the subscription version more features than my version, I'm not going to be extremely excited about that. But then that also means I'm probably going to have to start paying for the subscription for an app I already have just to get the new features. So I get why they're having to do that. But that's the only concern I have. And I haven't found a good video that sort of explains what exactly is being given in the subscription version versus if you have the outright version. So that's the only thing, but we'll see. Oh, did I miss some? I thought I missed some. I'm stoked for Monday's stream. Can't wait to get season 3 rolling. Yeah, same. There's so much stuff for us to get back into. Jarrell said, that's a great price on that camera. Subscriptions is a no-go for me. The annual is $1,000. It's crazy. It's not $1,000. It's like $12 a month. APC, you might want to go double check that price point. I don't think it's $1,000 for the annual. Doc says, I made a whole video. People need to stop being about subscriptions. Subscriptions help development in a big way. Doc, you get so offended so fast, bro. Calm down. Ain't nobody mad about subscriptions. The only thing I'm saying about subscriptions is if you're going to sell the app outright and have a subscription model for the people who've already bought the outright version, if we're just not going to get the same features as a subscription model, it needs to be clear. And it'd be nice to give us some of those features and give us time to move over. So chill out, Doc. Ain't nobody mad about no dang subscriptions. Would Jarrell recommend the R5 Mark II or the R6 II for video purposes? Well, Jarrell's on Instagram right now. Jarrell, come hop over on YouTube so you can answer these questions in the chat. Let's see. Doc ramped up to a level 10. I know. This man mad, bro. Calm down. Doc, ain't nobody bitching here. You need to chill. You need to chill. This is a calm place. We got jazz music playing in the background. We're just a bunch of creators hanging out. Oh my gosh. Doc, you get so mad. I'm gonna create a fake Instagram account or a fake YouTube account, and I'm gonna just go troll Doc on a regular basis. Sorry for the exaggeration, just annoying spending money annually. Nah, I get you, bro. How do you feel about Higgsfield AI stuff and everything similar in the film world? Oh, man. Honestly, I like a lot of the AI stuff. I'm being just fully transparent about it because there's a lot of things that I'm a visionary type person. I need to see something to know what I'm looking for. And so I like all the video tools because they can help me basically pre-see my film before I go and shoot it. And like previs was something that was like super expensive or really hard to do. Now previs is a lot easier. Now I do believe that just like any medium, there are certain stories that are best told in written form, like in a book. Some are best told in a television format. Some are best for movies. Like I just watched a TV show on Netflix. It was called His and Hers. And I mean, fantastic TV show. Fantastic TV show. But it was like 6 episodes. And quite honestly, it probably should have been a movie. Like it should have been like a 2.5 hour movie. And it would have been better. But they had to drag certain things out because they had to make it a 6 episode movie. So that's one of those things where like the median probably should have been changed. I believe that AI will tell certain stories in certain mediums or have certain use cases, but I don't think they're going to be for everything. So I don't think AI is going to like replace filmmakers. I don't think it's going to change too much. But I do know that like for me at least, I believe that as a creator, I'm going to use AI as a tool, but it will never be the end all be all for my creative process. He's got two lives going. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Jarrell, be a man. Come over to YouTube. He says R5 II for video though. R6 Mark II is good for video, but more features on the R5. Since I never on Instagram, didn't know he live streams from there. Yes, this is the first time. This is the first time I'm doing an Instagram live and a YouTube live and a TikTok live and a Twitch live and a YouTube vertical live. I basically called Doc before the stream and I was like, hey, I'm going to try to break all this mess and see if I can't break it and get it to stop working. AI is extremely beneficial for shot lists and storyboards. Yeah, same. I totally agree with that. I want to pay $30 million a year in taxes in the worst way. Means I'm making about $130 million. Bro, you better be like them rich folks and figure out a way not to pay them taxes. Why are you going to pay $30 million in taxes? Do what the rich folks do. Hide your money. I need a guaranteed way to go from trash to Justin Porter in 30 days. What? What the hell does that even mean? How to go from trash to Justin Porter in 30 days? You trying to shoot weddings, bro? I've been waiting forever for your response to Apple's Creator Studio Final Cut Pro and didn't see it live. Yeah, we'll bring back the lives on Friday. Friday, the lives come back. Season 3 kicks off this Friday. AI to streamline my process and to help with the mundane time-consuming tasks. Bro, I don't think I've sent an email in the last 2 years that didn't have AI assist me in some manner. Some manner. Like, AI really is it. Hey, Brandon, big love from Toronto. Looking forward to next pod episodes and hope your 2026 is off to a great start. Thanks, man. Yeah, pods are coming back this Friday. We're really excited about it. I mean, I will say I was talking to Ezra earlier today about this, and like, it's good to go on a break because I think it's like once we go on, like once the season ends for Uncensored, it gives us like time to one, just like take a break because it's the holidays and whatnot. But two, it gives me a moment to like reflect on the previous year and like what worked, what didn't work, what did I like, what did I want to see change. And so that was really, in my opinion, like really important. And so I enjoyed that process. But then it also gives me excited to like come back with a little bit, to come back with like the excitement to bring the show back again. You know, you don't know if you enjoy doing something until you stop doing it. And if you have that, like that drive to want to keep going, that's when you know, okay, yeah, this is something I want to keep doing. And I'm not just doing it out of obligation. And so that's the reason why we take a break every year. But yeah, we're excited to be back. Came back a bit later. Thanks, Jarrell. AI is here to stay. You either learn to use it as a tool or the tool replaces you. Same as the assembly line versus automation. Man, I agree with that. The only thing is, I don't think AI is going to really replace anybody. I think another person using AI is going to replace a person. Maybe they're going to replace 2 or 3 people. But, and that's why I think it's so important for us to like figure out these tools and utilize them. That's definitely something I want to do this year. I actually have it's one of my items on my list of like creative things I want to do this year. I want to figure out a way to not shoot. Wow, that's a terrible phrase. I want to actually like create a full project in AI just to see if I can do it. Just see how good the tools are, because it's kind of like 3D printing. Like until you actually try to 3D print like a big task, you don't learn everything you need to know about it. So sometimes you got to like go into it with the idea of like trying to accomplish something. So for me, I'm like, all right, I want to basically, I want to, oh man, I just said the word. What do you call it? Previs. I want to previs an entire short film in AI. Like not just like my shot list, but I want to actually like previs like my camera movements, like basically make my whole film in AI, and then I want to then flip it and then actually shoot it for real and try to see like how close to my AI version did I get. So that's one of the things I want to do this year. The Apple Creative, whatever it is, CC plan is gangsta. 6 family members for $13. We ain't really that broke, are we? Bro, Doc, you really need to calm down. Calm down. Move on. I'm really a flash photographer that converted to video because of this channel, Kofi and Cam. Oh, man. Well, welcome to the video world, man. Reflecting is a major key to success. Rest and recovery is as well. The growth of AI is inevitable. Time to get involved. Speaking of, which 3D printer did you get? I have the Bamboo Lab P1S. And right now, or at least it was until the price until they sold out, but I think they might have some more back in stock. They were on a crazy good deal over at Best Buy. Have you been to an AI film festival? No, I just heard about those. And I also saw that 48-hour film festival. I think that's what it's called. The 48-hour film festival. I think they do I'm looking it up right now. They're like 48-hour film festival is doing an AI 48-hour film festival this year. Obviously that one's online. It's all digital. But yeah, they're doing an AI film festival this year. But no, I've never been to an AI film festival. That would be I am interested because I have seen a few AI films online and they're not really that great. Like a few of them have like some really good images. Like you can tell when like the AI did a good job, but then there's a few shots where it's kind of like, meh. So I don't know. I would like to check one out though. How do you like working with the Raptor XE so far? And did you try out the new boot up times yet? No, I haven't done the software update on the XE yet. I didn't even know that they had one. I totally missed that. I've been working. So I took on a new client this month. And man, I've been working crazy with them. So I have been missing all the news. So I'm gonna have to check that out. I thought you had a P2S this whole time. No, I have a P1S. I have the old one. I'm wanting a 3D printer, but nowhere to put it. Bro, buy it. Trust me. Clear off the kitchen counter. I don't care. Like, I'm telling you, 3D printer is amazing. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. What kind of project would you do with AI to test it out? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of open to anything. I feel like if I'm gonna test it, I want to make something. Like if I was gonna make a film in AI that I wasn't planning on making, like I would probably make something that's like that looks too expensive for me to make on my own. You know, like do like a sci-fi film or like a big action film, like a zombie film, maybe a horror. Um, that would probably be something easy to pull off. I say easy, I don't know. But that would be kind of fun to test out. AI films they presented in Seattle once were incredible. I had the privilege to be the A1 and BTS. Oh man, I really hope that I would be down to go to an AI film festival. That'd be sick. Um, I've heard thousands of people wishing they could get Final Cut Pro 299. Okay, Doc, you're still on the on. Doc, it's fine. It's okay. You're good. You're good. It's really not. It's really not that big of a deal. All right, so let's go take a look at something because I want to see something here. We're running 2 streams right now on YouTube, and let's see if we can figure out what's what. Okay, so it looks like most people who were watching us over on YouTube have switched over to the horizontal stream. If you're watching me on YouTube, can you do me a favor? Let me know if you're watching the horizontal or the vertical. Hit H or V. Because I think most people are watching over on the horizontal. And it's funny because that's where most of the conversation is coming from right now. So I'm like kind of learning right now, like I still personally like I'm kind of on the we got one person on the vertical. But yeah, I'm trying to learn. Yeah, horizontal. Yeah, I'm basically trying to learn like if it makes sense to even go live to the vertical on YouTube. I really don't think it makes sense. Like I think for season 3, we're gonna go live. We're gonna do vertical to TikTok and to Instagram, and then go live horizontal just to YouTube. So that way there's only one chat on YouTube. This may be bold, but I'm thinking indie/independent filmmaking, as well as some AI films, could really pop off within the next year. Oh, I think horizontal. I think indie films are going to. They're the only thing at this point I think that's going to really save Hollywood. I think most people understand like big blockbusters are cool, but I think people are looking for something new. And unfortunately, I think that like short form content in and of itself is going to struggle this year. And I think it's going to be like live streams, real interactions with real people that is going to win. And then I think authentic stories, which inherently are going to have to be indie projects, maybe AI projects, but probably more so just indie films. Those are going to be the things that are going to really resonate with a lot of people this year. Because, I mean, I think people want to hear from and to talk to and to deal with real people. I don't know. That's my thought. Yeah, we are used to horizontal. Yeah, we're going to stay. We're definitely, I mean, we're not going to go away from horizontal. All right. You developed a following on horizontal. Vertical is best for new users to YouTube. Yeah, so basically, the last time I did this stream, I created a new look for the vertical stream, which is what I think I'm gonna do too. Basically, the only purpose of the vertical is gonna be to just remind people that we're live on the horizontal. I know I'm tired of blockbuster films. I'm looking for a connection to the story. Yeah. And that's really, I mean, I believe I think that's what everyone's looking for. Like on the creative side of things, I think people are tired of just like meh blockbuster stories. Um, like even like on the blockbuster side, like when you look at what Marvel's doing with the Doomsday stuff, like now they're focusing on the story again. It's like, what does Doom want? Why are like even all the teasers they've been putting out, they're focusing back on story. So even the blockbusters to be successful, they gotta make sure that they're focusing on those on the stories. Yo, what's up? Long time, man. It has been a minute. We're live on YouTube right now. So if you want to come hang out on YouTube. Oh my gosh. If people want to create only vertical videos, OpenGate is the easiest solution. Maybe. That's a great idea, Brandon, for the YouTube Shorts live. Join us on the horizontal for the full view. Marvel said they will never use AI. Didn't they get in trouble for using AI for the Secret Wars TV show intro? Like, I'm pretty sure they did that. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did that already. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna test this right now. So if you happen to be watching us over on Vertical, I'm about to try something real quick. If you're watching me on Vertical right now, just ignore what you see because I'm breaking stuff. If you're watching on Instagram, you're about to get the full vertical look. Yo, my computer is struggling. I am genuinely pushing my computer to its breaking point right now. What the heck? What's up, Jason? He said, "How are you streaming this right now?" Yes, I am. I am using Ecamm right now. Uh, yeah. So we're running. I am. I think my computer is like about to explode. Mr. Camera Junkie, stop trying to steal my Ecamm affiliates. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened? There we go. All right, so we're gonna take this. Boom. There we go. That's looking better. If you're watching on Instagram right now, you can kind of see the difference. I think I'm gonna probably do something similar to this. I'm gonna have to figure out a creative way to make it look better though. Doc says, fun fact, almost all of you use AI. Autofocus in modern cameras is done by machine learning, aka AI. Didn't know if you knew this. Know you were into jazz. Every Thursday, I do a live stream of an open mic jazz night. Have to use a condenser mic to capture the audio due to live instruments. Yeah, I love jazz, man. It's actually, I don't know what it is, but it just like, I don't know, it calms me. It literally will play this. This is like a 3-hour long video on YouTube, and then I just run them all day. Doc, if he signs up for Ecamm, I'll take that commission though. I know you reached out 2 years ago, but if he signs up, it's because of me. So I'll take that. I'll take that affiliate commission, please and thank you. Yo, what's up, William? Good to see you over on the YouTube side. I'm in Houston at the airport, heading back to Baton Rouge from Tampa. Oh, dang, man. You came to my city? Bro, you should have hit me up. You should have let me know you were in town. I mean, it's kind of a bad time because of the weather right now, but say less. 40% to be watched. Let's go. Pay it out. Pay it out. Oh, you know what I could do? If you're watching over on the, I wonder if that's gonna be weird because if you're watching on the vertical, you're gonna get a slightly different experience. But I think you should be okay. I think that should be fine. Let me grab.
Hello.
What did he?
Yeah, my computer is
Yo.
struggling.
Yo.
Oh yeah, it looks much better. Trying to fix the vertical version of the stream right now, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh dang, I missed a whole bunch of chats. Hold up. Good thing y'all talking with each other. Kofi says I'm today years old when I found out it can snow in Texas. Bro, it can, and when it does, it's bad. Low key, those shadows that make those two or 3 hours long music are killing it. Those shadows that make those 2 or 3 hour long. Oh, those shadow accounts? Yeah. It snows in Florida? I didn't know it snowed in Florida. Luis just taught me something new. Low key, these channels that make these 2 or 3 hour music playlists. Oh, you saying low key. Those channels. Unfortunately, I can't try Ecamm. It's Apple only. I'm PC and won't leave due to the apps working better in native Windows versus Apple emulator. Man, so I'll tell you, my son, my oldest one, Andre, he's all PC because he does like gaming and all that kind of stuff. But he literally just started saving up money to buy a Mac Mini just so he can live stream using Ecamm. He's been like saving up his money, saving up his coins so he can buy a Mac Mini, and he's almost there. He's been working hard. He's been saving money since Christmas and a couple other things. He's been working. So his goal is to be able to get a Mac Mini. So he gonna pick up a Mac Mini just so he can live stream using Ecamm, and he's just gonna route his computer feed, which has his game stuff on it, into the Mac Mini so he can stream that using Ecamm. Because he was trying to use OBS and he wasn't having it. He was saying it was too much work. Texas snow on February. Yeah, we got snow last year. It was pretty nuts. It's -30. Oh, that's Celsius. What does that mean in Fahrenheit? I don't know Celsius. What is -30 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? -22 degrees? Hell nah, Kofi. Hell nah. Is Washington State the only state avoiding the winter nightmare? Shoot, I don't know. But that sounds awful. Toronto sounds terrible, bro. I saw this lady posted something. She said, once the temperature gets lower than my age, we have a problem. I agree. Oklahoma and Texas are in for another treat, but honestly, after the tornado in the middle of January, I'm not surprised anymore. Yeah, weather's just kind of trash in general. Weather is genuinely trash. -40? No. Bro, I don't know how y'all live there. Move. Doc says, we will never make a PC app. Never. Never say never, Doc. Question, is he PC gaming? So he doesn't have a desktop. He has a Dell Precision laptop. I did a brand deal with Dell 2 years ago, and they sent me out this laptop. I pretty much just did it for him. I'm not even gonna lie about it. But it was a good laptop, great for editing and whatnot. But he wanted a powerful desktop, and I was able to get a laptop. So he's been gaming on that, and it's getting the job done. But he definitely wants a gaming PC. Like that's something that he really, really wants. But he's gonna get the Mac Mini first because it's more affordable, and then eventually he'll work his way up to getting a gaming PC if he doesn't get one gifted to him on a birthday or something like that. Yeah, Kofi, I guess you are back, huh? Yeah, y'all see me in March. Oh, I'm done. Are you back, Kofi, already? I thought you were gonna be gone for longer than that. I guess I thought you were gonna be gone for a month or so, and you left I guess maybe you left at the end of December. So I guess it's been right about a month. It's in the 20s up here right now, but no snow. Yeah, we about to hit the 20s this week, and we all freaking out. We all freaking out. Okay, cool. PC gaming with Ecamm is super easy and cool. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it getting it all set up. Have your son try EV Mux as a gaming stream service? You can stream on multiple platforms, scenes building similar to Wirecast and the off-premise streaming, which protects streams. Huh. Let me screenshot that. Got it. Oh, you've been back for a bit. That's cool. It's 17 in OKC. Gosh. Y'all have no idea. Like, I hate the cold so much. Like, I hate the cold so much. I might have fractured my elbow getting launched off of an ATV. God dang, Kofi. Like, I don't mean this like in a mean way, Kofi, so don't take it in a mean way. But you're a big guy. So if you fell onto your elbow, good Lord. I hope you're okay. I hope you didn't fracture your freaking elbow. At least if you did, maybe hopefully it's your left elbow so you can still use your right hand for, making videos. I actually had that thought the other day. Like, if I were, because I was doing some foolishness playing with the kids and I fell and like I didn't like hurt myself, but I like kind of knocked the wind out of me for a minute. And it hit me. I was like, man, if I got like seriously hurt and couldn't go shoot, like that would be terrible. That would be terrible. Oh no, it's Kofi's right arm. All right, bro. Well, you have to figure out how to start shooting with your left hand. On Sunday, it'll be 25. Ugh. God, no. God, no. I'm not ready for it. I did go buy, like, all the stuff I need to, like, prep the house, though. So, like, wrap the pipes, the little cover for the water spigots and stuff. Insulate the house, make sure. Because the last time we got snow, we were good. But the 2 times before that, when we got a freeze in Houston, my pipes burst. So I have to make sure I'm prepared this year. I'm just trying not to get stuck here in Houston. You should be good. I know you say you're headed out tonight. It ain't bad in Houston right now, but it will be bad Saturday. And I can tell you right now, ain't no planes flying out of Houston. Like I don't think we have enough salt for that. In fact, when I was in Doc, where was it? Where was Creator Camp? It was like up there, like near New England kind of area. I remember I was up there and there was this big old white hill, like out, like right down the street from my hotel. And I asked somebody, I said, yo, what is that? Is that like a space? Like, is that like a rental space? And somebody said, no, that is a pile of sand. Or no, salt. That was a pile of salt. So at this place where we were staying, because they know the roads snow and they have the infrastructure, it was Portsmouth, New Hampshire. They had a mountain of salt just waiting for the winter season. We ain't got nothing like that here in Houston. If my pipes burst, it's because I forgot to see. You wild. We saw our roads with Cajun season in Louisiana. Yeah, we don't do snow or black ice. We're shutting everything. Yeah, that's literally what it's going to be like here in Houston. We're going to shut it all down. It's we done. Houston has a mountain of crawfish. Bro, I saw them on the highway today in Houston. They had their trucks out there. It wasn't like salt though. It was like water. It was like a liquid that they were putting onto the highway. All right, when are we doing the movie segment? All right, Marcus, you want to talk movies? All right, let me know what y'all have watched lately. I will tell y'all, I watched this show with my wife. It was called His and Hers. It was over on Netflix. It decided to jump to something different. Boom, we're gonna do the tiger now. Look at the tiger. Tiger on the base, y'all. I just watched His and Hers. That was dope. Monday stream will be shoveling snow. Nah. If we get snow like that, we just ain't gonna have it. Marcus says, I just watched Him and it was trash. Man, I haven't watched Him because I was like, I looked at the trailer and was like, this is probably gonna be trash. I feel like it's one of those movies that has like a really dope concept, but it just was, I didn't think they were gonna be able to execute. I just really didn't. His and Hers was solid. So His and Hers is one of those shows that I will stand on business and say, I feel like it should have been a movie. It probably was originally written as a movie. And then they asked to like convert it into a 6-episode TV show. But it is so good. And the whole show is worth watching because literally the last episode and like the last 30 minutes of the last episode is so good. So go watch His and Hers if you haven't seen it yet. It's on Netflix. You can watch the whole thing in like a day. It's fire. William says, I saw Zootopia 2 for the 30th time thanks to my 4-year-old daughter. So I took my boys to go see Zootopia 2 also. And bro, that movie's actually really good. Like it's actually really freaking good. ABC says, I agree with him. I agree. Him was trash, but had a funny ending after all the BS. I mean, I feel like I want to watch it. It just, I don't know. Part of it just kind of looked a little corny to me, if I'm being real. But maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll give it a watch and give it my review. It was a book. It was written as a novel. I have the book, and it was even better. Oh, so His and Hers is a book. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Because it's very well written. And most TV shows, not to like crap on a lot of TV shows, but most TV shows aren't like super intricate like that. And yeah, it was good. I'll leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. It was so good. It was probably just too long for a movie and needed those extra hour or two. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's certain parts of it that I feel like could definitely have been cut out. But hearing that it was a book makes more sense to why they then chose to turn it into a TV show. Because there are a lot of books that they try to make into movies and they don't really work. And they probably should just turn it into a TV show. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so I just learned something cool. My TikTok live is down, so I'll just move on from that. He says, I gotta admit it, I was dancing. Yeah, Zootopia 2 was great. I remember when Marcus was gonna go see it, I told him we had just saw it right before he went and saw it with his boy. And yeah, I told him, I was like, it's a good movie. This dude got a Bucky's koozie. Just clock, bro. We're just having a good time. That's it. Okay, so I haven't watched Pitt yet. I was gonna watch Pitt, but then weekend before last, I watched. Typically on weekends is when I watch most of my TV shows. And I'll just blitz them. But I watched. What was it called? Pluribus. I watched Pluribus instead of Pitt, but I'm gonna check out. Pitt real soon. Y'all are so nosy. What's in the can? What you sipping on? Nothing. Nah, I just started, somebody just turned me on to these. They're called Cayman Jacks. I don't know if you can show that you're drinking alcohol on YouTube, but that's not alcohol. But yeah, I just started drinking those. Brandon's not showing the drink brand if he's not getting paid. Bro, I'm not getting paid by a lot of these companies. I wish they'd pay me. I finally got around to watching Suspicion on Apple TV from a couple years ago. Only one season, but the cinematography was pretty good. Yeah, Pluribus was a Doc says I'm on episode 3 of Pluribus. Lost Wifey, so I gotta watch after she sleep. Yeah, Pluribus is it's a show, man. I won't spoil anything, but it's a show. I'll leave it at that. It's definitely a show. So I wonder from y'all, do y'all watch more movies or more TV shows? Let me know right now in the chat. Are you more of a movie watcher or a TV show watcher? Which one do you prefer? Because I think when I'm at home and I'm chilling, I would rather watch just like a TV show because it's a little more passive. But when I do want to sit down and watch a movie, I kind of want to make it like a moment. You know what I mean? Like if that makes sense. What's up, Ron? Good to see you, bro. Bro, William, I want to see this movie. Like Predator's Badland, I missed it in theaters, and I went to actually go try to watch it and see if it was streaming anywhere the other night, and it's not streaming yet, but they want $29 to buy it on iTunes or something like that. So I'm going to try to give it like another week or so, but man, I really want to watch that movie. I feel like I was going to love that one, because I don't know if you saw Prey, but like Prey was one of my favorite movies of 2022, 2023. I think that's when that came out. Definitely one of my favorite movies of that year. I love the Predator universe. I've been trying to watch more movies, but I love TV shows. Law & Order is my favorite. Bro, there was a season in my life when me and my wife now, but we were just dating at the time, where we were watching Law & Order SVU. I'm talking like hours. Like it got to the point, because I mean, this was obviously I was much younger. I didn't have much to do, so I had a lot of free time. I would watch an episode, and then if I watched the first 5 minutes of the next episode, you know how like one episode ends and they play the next one? You know how they always hook you? That's actually that show is a master class of like a hook for a TV show or for a film. Because SVU, at least for me it was SVU, but like Law & Order SVU, those first 5 minutes, they'll have you sitting there for a whole hour trying to figure out what happened. Louis said, right now, TV shows, but I wait for the series to finish so I can binge it like a movie. I have certain shows that I do that for. I feel like for me, if I'm not sure about a show, then I will, like if a show's kind of getting like meh reviews, then I'm going to wait till it's done and then watch the whole thing and binge it. Because I do believe that for shows that are not great, that actually makes them better. Because to have to wait a week for an okay episode kind of sucks. But if you just like can just watch, if you watch an okay episode and then the next one's like a little bit better and the next one's better, then you can kind of get on board with the show. And for me, that's what Pluribus was. I was hearing like mixed reviews about it. So I wanted to wait till it was done. But I'll tell you, Welcome to Derry, that was a show I was watching every single Sunday. Like I've said this before, I was literally watching the football game on my phone and Welcome to Derry on the TV. And I was mostly watching Welcome to Derry and just sort of checking the score on the football game on my phone. Because I didn't want to be late, and I definitely didn't want to get on Instagram or TikTok and have anybody spoil anything. Welcome to Derry, by far, my favorite TV show of 2025. Probably one of my favorite TV shows in a long time. TV shows to see character development. Yeah, for sure. TV shows for the same reason. Movies require a bowl, snacks because of ADHD, hyperactivity got me wanting to bounce half the time. Shows have to be really well written for me or feel like I'm wasting too much time to sit through it. Dang, you trying to say the new Predator is better than Prey? That's big time. APC says movies are number one, but lately these new series are better in cinematography. Yeah, I don't know what it is about TV shows recently, but I feel like all the big all the really good cinematographers have jumped shipped over to, actually, I'm saying this out loud, but it makes perfect sense actually if you think about it, because most movies, like we talked about earlier, are all blockbusters and they're all shot on blue screen, green screen. And the cinematography's they have to do so much CGI and stuff that it kind of dulls down what can be done. So it makes sense that a lot of these new, really good cinematographers have jumped over to TV shows where they have time to craft a look, and the cinematography actually has to stand up because they don't have the budget for the crazy CGI and stuff like that. So that makes sense actually. But yeah, the cinematography on a lot of these TV shows has been insane. Cinematography of Pitt is mind-blowing. All right, you got me hooked. I think Pitt is the medical drama though, right? It's like a hospital. I think that's the reason why. Yeah, because I'm not a big hospital. I never watched House. I never watched Grey's Anatomy. I never watched those doctor shows, but I've heard good things about Pitt, so I'll probably give that a shot. Bro, we got a lot of Law and Order fans up in here. Ron says, I haven't been watching much as far as movies and series. I did watch Welcome to Derry, though. Yeah, Welcome to Derry was fire. The Walking Dead was also was great at hooks. I had to pause at the title. It was only place safe to leave the next day. Bro, so Walking Dead is one of those shows that to me, I was like, this is an amazing series, but it just felt like it went on for too long, which I get it. It was following the comics and the comics just kind of kept going. But that's one of those things for me where it's I feel like for me, I believe a good movie series is 3 movies. Obviously there's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is an anomaly. But for me, I believe in the perfect trilogy, right? You got the Dark Knight trilogy. You've got perfect trilogies. I'm trying to think in my head. You've got Back to the Future, perfect trilogy. I also believe that Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, and 3 is a perfect trilogy, but then they kept going, which is a problem. And I believe that TV shows should run for 5 seasons maybe, but they need to come to an end. And for me, Walking Dead just never came to an end. And I felt like it should have ended, even though the comics kept going. Comics can go on forever, but TV shows need to end. Game of Thrones broke me. Bro, that's how I feel. So I never watched Game of Thrones, but I feel like as a Stranger Things fan, I feel like I know what Game of Thrones people feel like because I personally looked at the ending of Stranger Things and was like, ooh, come on, man. Ron says, I think I'm going to finally watch Sinners. Bro, you should have been watched Sinners. Sinners is amazing. That's my favorite movie of 2025. Best TV show ever, Prison Break or 24? I'm going to go with Prison Break. I know 24 was good, and I watched a lot of it, but I never finished all of 24. I finished everything of Prison Break. Prison Break was amazing. Man, I'm like super behind on some of these chats. I like ER, Chicago, Med Lots more than Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, I never liked all the hospital dramas too much. Bro, y'all love Grey's Anatomy though. Yeah, I left Walking Dead at season 8 when Rick left. Yes, I think I left right before that. Like, I liked the first half of the Negan stuff, and then it just kind of, I feel like Negan became such an important character because he was so popular, but they like kept riding in circles to try to keep that whole dynamic going. And that drove me crazy. So I never watched House of Cards, but I also heard, did they not finish it? I thought House of Cards didn't finish because of Kevin Spacey's whole situation or whatever. I don't really know what happened. I know some inappropriate relationship or something like that. But did they finish House of Cards? I don't even know. Best TV show was The Wire. Sinners is a great example of high ISO grain is fine if the subject matter is good. I remember when I first watched Sinners, and I watched it. The first time I watched it was not in IMAX. I just watched it in theaters. Me and my wife just went to go see it, and I remember looking at it. I was like, man, this is like I know they shot it on like some like specialty format film, and Ryan Coogler did a whole video breaking all that stuff down. It was amazing. But I remember looking at it, I was like, man, there's a couple shots in here that are pretty noisy. But like you're right, like it really didn't matter, and it didn't really take away from the film. Oh my gosh. William says the new Peppa Pig is great. Sorry, I'm a dad, so my TV time is limited. Bro, put your kids, turn Peppa Pig off and put your kids on Bluey. That's the show. Oh my gosh, Jarrell. Bro, that was a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've never been so mad at a TV show. The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead made me mad, bro. Made me mad. There were multiple times where I was like, I'm turning this mess off. He says they clearly wrapped filming before the story was done. They rushed everything to close it out without Spacey. Oh, okay. Sinners brought back classic cinema into story. Sinners, to me, Sinners, as far as the moment goes, which I don't know if y'all saw, but like they have the current record now for the most nominated show for Oscars. Now, I need them to win. I need them to win a lot, and I need them to give my boy Ryan Coogler his Academy. Like, he needs it. Like, don't get him there and get him all excited with all these nominations and then not giving him his award. He deserves it. But I feel like Sinners is like a good example of showing that like if you trust people with a new story, that like good things can come. But what I will also say is that like everybody talks about how like Sinners was such a feat, and he had an amazing deal. And like, they had to take a chance on him, and he had to back a lot of this stuff himself and bet on himself, which is crazy to me because Ryan Coogler has a winning track record. I mean, two MCU billion-dollar movies. You know what I mean? Now, granted, the second one didn't necessarily hit the same standards of the first one, but they had, the loss of Chadwick Boseman and all those other things. But then he also did 2 Creed movies that did numbers. Fruitville Station. Like, he was a proven director. And so for me, it's kind of crazy that he had to fight to make an original film. That's the thing that makes me nervous about Hollywood. So, yeah, I'm with you, RS Media. If Sinners don't win, it's rigged. I don't know if they're going to give him Best Picture, but Best Original Screenplay or Best Original Film, like the same one they gave to Jordan Peele when Get Out came out. Like, he didn't win Best Picture, but he won Best Original Screenplay. I think Ryan Coogler should at least win Best Original Screenplay. Because I don't know the other nominees for that category, but nothing is hitting like Sinners hit. Because it was a horror movie, nobody funds horror movies. It's a horror movie, but I don't know. I'm with you. I get what you're saying, Ron, but I don't know. I mean, Get Out was a horror movie too. Like, it wasn't like it was the first, you know what I mean? Like, there was a proof of concept that you can tell, like, you can't say that, like, oh, well, you know, it was a black movie. Because I know that's another reason why Hollywood won't fund certain things. It's like, so was Get Out. It's like, oh, it was a horror movie. So was Get Out. Was it an original screenplay? So was Get Out. Like, you can point to something and be like, look, we've seen success in this before. So I don't know. And Jordan Peele, it was his first. Like, Ryan Coogler had a track record. So I don't know. I don't know enough to really talk about it, but that's just my opinion from a guy who don't know much. I saw Fruitville Station before I even watched Sinners, and that already set the tone for what I was about to see from Ryan Coogler. Like, Ryan Coogler just doesn't miss. Like, and I honestly believe, like, if he doesn't think he can hit, he won't swing. Like, I mean, I know he's talked about it with Black Panther 2, that he, like, had to go, like, he had to rewrite the film, and he wouldn't just let them change it. He was like, no, I'm going to rewrite something totally new, and it pushed the film back and all these things because he wanted to make sure he made something that would hit. And even when Creed 3 came out, he didn't even direct it. Michael B. Jordan directed it, but I think it's because he was trying to put his focus in other things at the time, and he knew they needed to go ahead and make the third one. So, yeah, I think he's just super talented. But it's crazy that he had to, even he had to fight. Mad Fan says, it's not crazy. There's a lot of directors who are great, who had great success, but still have a difficulty getting funding for a personal project. Well, I'm saying it's crazy is that, like, I'm not saying that it's not common. I'm just saying that it's crazy that that's where we sit in the world of making films. Sinners has so many secondary and third level stories and culture ideology from all over the world. I absolutely love it. Bro, I'm right there with you. It's a deep movie. Horror traditionally doesn't get Best Picture because it's not the award type of film. Usually dramas get it. Genre films always have a challenge winning the top award. Yeah, and I expect that. I don't expect them to win Best Picture. I really don't. I would like for him to, but I don't expect him to. But Best Original Screenplay, I think he for sure should get that one. The reason for the doubt is that is and was a film based on storyline, especially with our day's time culture correct for the time wise of canceling. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't like it. Funding is also tighter due to Netflix and Apple films making better at smaller than Hollywood budgets. I mean, and I that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not, I'm gonna be clear, like, I'm not naive to the situation of Hollywood. I just don't care for it. And, like, I get it. Like, when you think about movies back in the day, they had way more opportunities to make their money back. First off, they had longer theatrical runs, 45 days. You also could sell DVDs and red boxes and all these other things. All that entire cash flow is gone from the movie industry, just flat out gone. You might be able to license your film to a streaming platform and make some of that money, but it's not going to be the same. And people are going to the theaters a lot less than they were before because they, you know, like me and the Badlands, they're just going to sit around and wait for it to hit streaming. So like, I understand why we are where we are. I'm just as an aspiring filmmaker myself and somebody who wants to make a film that gets a theatrical release. It's just, I get it. It's just, it's a tough place to be today. It's one of the reasons why I like being on YouTube. This may be one of the first times I actually tune into the Oscars. Yeah, I'm probably right there with you, bro. I think I'm going to watch the Oscars too. I haven't watched the Oscars in a few years. Studios are risk averse. Thus, they don't want to fund original films because it's a bigger risk. IP, they can bet on because they are more likely to make their money back. It goes big or it goes home for them. Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's a money game. And like, I get it. At the end of the day, like, you know, just like everybody, like you have a bag and you're putting it out there to try to make more money. So like, I get what the studios are doing, but it's one of those reasons why I feel like, you know, I think I said this at the beginning of the stream, but like, I genuinely believe that like indie films are the future. Like indie films are going to be the future of filmmaking because it's going to be the one place where creators are going to figure out how to make their own films and they're going to stand out. And I think they're going to be backed by the community and people are going to love them. People are going to watch them. And that's what it's really going to be about. So. I hope one day to make a film that I can put in theaters. Actually, I when I say a film, I mean like a feature. This week, it's the reason why I'm thinking about all this stuff is because the other day, what was it? Wednesday night, I shot. So not this past December, but the December before last. So December 2024, I shot a short film with a group of friends. And Wednesday, we had our first theatrical showing of the film. Here in Houston at River Oaks, our film got selected by the Houston Film Commission to be shown at their showcase. And so it was the first time I saw a film that I DP'd like on a theater screen, like on a big screen. And it was crazy. It was such a crazy, surreal experience. I was kind of like mentally like, I was hella nervous because like, it was like nobody knew I had shot the film. Nobody knew me in the theater. And so like hearing people's reaction and listening to their thoughts and that kind of stuff on the film, like I was super nervous about it. But I will say it was very different than making a video on YouTube, you know? And so I know for a fact, like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to continue to pursue doing. But it's kind of, I guess I've been mentally just like dealing with the idea of like striving to work in an industry that feels like it's not thriving, if that makes sense. So I don't know. Could that also be the reason why these crazy mergers like Warner Brothers and Netflix? Yeah, I think a lot of the reason why we're seeing all these crazy mergers is just because movie studios don't have a lot of money and big tech companies have a ton of money. But they all understand that the value is in keeping people's attention. And so at the heart of it, you still need media. I just don't know how big tech's going to figure out a way to make money out of it. Is there a platform to only watch indie films? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people would probably say Tubi, but I don't know. Ron says, indie films have always been more interesting than studio films for the most part. I think I agree with you. I think the only problem that most indie films have is they don't have great marketing. Because most films, if you spend, let's say, $20 million on a film, their budget for marketing is also $20 million. So that's the crazy part about a lot of these films. Yes, there is. It's called IFC. Ooh, what is IFC? Let's look that up. Oh, it is a streaming. It's like a streaming deal called IFC. These have some pretty big names on them, though. I'm looking at IFC's website. I don't know if those are. I mean, those look like some pretty big names. Also, Sundance has its own streaming platform. I think somebody needs to make a masterclass on how to do Hollywood level funding. Bro, I would take that masterclass. Mubi is the new one on parts of Hulu. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna go check this out. But yeah, I recently when we had our premiere for our short film, it was cool because I got a chance to really see like what a bunch of other filmmakers were working on and what they had created. It was just a really cool experience. And IFC is the big leagues. Okay, that's what I thought because I went to their website and was like, IFC does not look super indie, but I mean there's obviously some stuff on here that is indie, but I see some pretty big names on here too. Oh, so it's got a mixture. Cause like I'm looking on here, I see Billy Madison and SWAT is on here. Like I guess they got some older movies and they have some indie films on here. Ron says Film Rise is another indie film thing. IFC states as indie films channel, and some of the indies blew up and they keep those rights. Weird mix now. Huh. Yeah, they got some pretty big movies. Well, y'all, I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's like 8:30 here. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm about to get ready to go run and catch up with the kiddo. But this vertical horizontal test seemed to work pretty well, minus TikTok. TikTok didn't seem to work all that well. Doc, give me a shout and I'll tell you what happened over on TikTok because TikTok is kind of its own little beast. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I'm about to get ready to call it a night. Hopefully y'all have a good one. And if y'all need anything, y'all know where to find me. Reach out. Oh my gosh. Doc. All right, bye. Doc, don't make me ban you, Doc. Please don't make me ban you. But I will ban you. I'm gonna mute you or whatever it is. Put you in timeout, as YouTube calls it. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. I'll holla at y'all soon. Again, Friday, we are back with Uncensored. And yeah, if y'all need anything, hit me up. All right. Later out.